Welcome to Youth at the Crossroads and CAN TV. How are you all doing today? I am Miss Keisha. Thank you for joining us again this week. We're kind of at a stage where we're going to stop the music and have an important conversation due to some questions that came my way this week. So I would like to first put a disclaimer out that this week's show may be a bit much for some ears. It's still something that needs to be addressed with your young people, but you may want to critique before sharing this week's episode. Okay? Let's inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So again, I am Miss Keisha. I am a mentor to many. I am the founder of Youth at the Crossroads and the parent to one 11-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son. And this week, my 11-year-old daughter has been coming home asking me about the R. Kelly issues in the community and social media. No, I didn't show her any videos or films, but of course she's going to school, she's having conversations, and her asking me was okay. Then the next day she started describing, oh, well, let me tell you what he did. So in no way will this show be a bashing of anybody. I actually today, Facebook, you can see clearer than others. Actually, today I am rocking my Kenwood Academy jacket. I am a proud Bronco, so in no way will I be allowing anyone to call in to bash my school or any other parties involved that we may bring up in today's show. You can do that on someone else's platform or social media, but we will not have bashing here. My purpose and goal is for us to discuss the group that is not being discussed thus far. It is the youth right now, the young people right now, who 10 years from today can be in this same situation. So we have this new development, as some people would like to say, but after you have watched the film, I'm sure you know that I already was aware because I attended Kenwood Academy. We were one of the schools, we were his school that he attended. And these issues are not new to me or my peers. I can't point out who was in tears or is in tears right now. And I want my sisters to know that I love you and I encourage you to stay strong. Like I said, I rock our jacket to show our solidarity and to lift you up. And thanks to my sister, Aisha, in Atlanta, we also need to lift up those young women who are in arranged marriages due to their culture or religious affiliations. There are a lot of young girls who are living daily in what society just learned about due to that Lifetime special. This is nothing new for a lot of people, and they don't get that attention. So right now in my space, I want to lift up all survivors, including those from previous conversations dealing with the Olympics, dealing with arranged marriages, and now dealing with what we have in Chicago. In this space, I lift up you and ask that people will start understanding and accepting that none of this is new. Some people are just joining the bandwagon, and I want to thank the organizations who have been out here and on the front line working and trying to help the young people, the young women, and the older women and men and boys who have been going through. But my 11-year-old daughter, your daughters, your children, your adolescents what can we do right now to help them, to prepare them for the future, for these situations? As I was contemplating what and how to approach today's topic, I realized that there are several customs and traditions that need to be broken within our families. One of the main ones is using our children as a source of entertainment. Whereas it's the holidays and your child can sing or dance, primarily the dancing, and you put your child in the middle of the room surrounded by several grown adults, and you tell your child to dance. And your child may be excited about it or may be very bashful. But putting that child in the middle of several adults is only preparing them for other situations where they think that that's okay to shake their tail in front of grown folks. That leads to other issues. So I am asking guardians, parents, uncles and aunts for you to check yourself on how you are encouraging young people in the presence of other adults. If they want to see, if you want them to see your child dance, they need to pay for the ticket and come to the recital. Your child is not a token to be put in front of grown folks. And then we have the issue of encouraging young women, and a lot of us heard this growing up. Young women are told, you do whatever you need to do to keep your man. What does that mean, and what does that look like, and how early are you supposed to be having that conversation with a young lady? What is you do whatever? Is that doing whatever leading to sexual assault, where she's now the girlfriend, and at home you're told you do whatever you have to do to keep a man, so now you're being sexually assaulted, and also you're ending up being in a domestic situation, and here comes the domestic violence issue. What and how are we training our young ladies to deal with the opposite sex? How are we training our young men? How are we rearing them? Yes, the adults should be more responsible who are dealing with these young people, if they should deal with them at all. Yes, we have that issue, but are we telling our young people how to say no, how to carry themselves, how to react to advances that may come their way? Or are we telling them, you do whatever you got to do to get ahead? You take whatever comes your way so that you can be successful, so that you can get paid. Is that the message that our own lives are telling them? And are those the words that is coming out of their mouths, that's coming out of our mouths to the young people? How is it that it's okay for young girls to do all that they're doing or have done, and then all of a sudden you have an explosion? Let's not have another generation that we have to sit here and have this conversation again. Why can't we have this conversation? Why can't we as adults check ourselves as we're rearing our children so that we're not back at this issue? As a youth development practitioner, there was a word that I never forgot from my training, and it was adultism. My favorite example of adultism is it's the holidays, grandma comes over, haven't seen the grandchildren in a while, and says, come here, Johnny, give grandma a kiss. And Johnny says, no, I don't want a kiss. And relatives say, get over there and give grandma a kiss. I'll tell grandma no. Grandma kissing Johnny after Johnny said, no, thank you, no, I don't want to kiss, that's adultism. You telling a child to dance in front of, Grandpa Joe, because Grandpa Joe got $10 over there and he wants to give it to you, and you force the child to do it, that's adultism. Imposing yourself onto a child after they said, I don't feel comfortable, I don't want to. And the truth of the matter is, we don't know why that child said no, no, thank you. In many cultures, we do not accept and embrace a child feeling uncomfortable. We tell them don't talk back. We tell them you can't tell an adult no. And that child may feel uncomfortable for a reason. There may have been some things that happened that you don't know about, and you're forcing that child to engage with someone who, in your experience, it was great and dandy when you were a child, but now your child, your grandchild, your niece or nephew is saying, I don't feel comfortable. When are we as adults listening to the young person when they tell you they don't feel comfortable in a situation? I would appreciate if those that are listening will start to stop and listen to young people and also observe their body language. If they're telling you they feel uncomfortable with the situation or with the person or going to somebody's house, I understand you need to go to work, that person needs to babysit your children, but you should slam on the brakes from going to that person's house if you see a change in the rearview mirror of your child as you're heading to that house. Well, what happened the last time you was over there? Why don't you want to go over there? We have a culture of imposing on children because it's, oh, you don't know anything. You don't pay no bills. You ain't grown. You don't tell us what to do. We tell you what to do. Okay, that may be all good and dandy. It may be all facts. But when are we listening to children? When are we talking to them? When are we breaking these cycles of dirty dancing with our kids? A link was sent to me and the person said, this has to stop. The parents are out with the children doing the crazy dances in the comfort of your house behind closed doors. Okay, you do what you do and you laugh about it, and afterwards you should say, now don't be doing this in front of people. But this video was out in public, and so now the world can see it. When we do these things with our children, especially out in public, it signals to them that it's okay. And it's okay to do this dance. It's okay to talk to someone like this. It's okay to interact with somebody that wants to be my partner this way. And then you want to come back and say, oh, no, it's not. Can we please have those conversations up front? Our children are now asking, what are we going to tell them? How are we going to have these conversations with them? Please sit back, analyze your life, your actions, your decisions, and keep in mind how your children, you may not even have kids, but there are young people looking at you. How are you setting an example for them? How are you preparing them so that they're, like I said, 10 years from now, we don't have another documentary coming out and you're sitting there like, oh, well, I didn't think it was that bad. Oh, what's the big deal? Everybody got paid. You made it. What's the big deal? I've heard that all my life. Why rock the boat? People make money from it. You got what you wanted. And I feel like that's the situation when it comes to the young ladies who had to step up and step out against their doctor in the Olympics. They got what they wanted. They were in the Olympics. So you're saying that it was okay for them to endure what they went through? That's supposed to be the process for their success? That's their hazing to get there? And we can look at several things in our culture, the entertainment industry, what people have to go through in order to get to the top. The pain that people are going through to get to success. We as a community need to embrace and surround our young people and assist them in getting to the top so that they don't have to go through this garbage. And now, major depression, suicide, and other horrible things. And again, as I started off saying, there are young women who are living these things daily due to their cultural or religious affiliations. We need to keep in mind and stay prayerful for them because they don't get to speak out. And what does it mean to be prayerful and to be mindful when we speak on these issues? Be careful of your tone of judgment. Be careful of your angle of you just blowing stuff off. People's lives are torn for some decisions that they didn't even make, for their voices not to be heard. We have to get better. We need to listen to our young people, or there's going to be another generation that is now asking questions. What are we going to say? What am I supposed to tell my 11-year-old daughter right now? She's describing what people have told her about the video. What is the conversation that we need to have? Facebook, if you want to call in, is 312-738-1060. 312-738-1060 is the number you call to engage in the live show. And if you're at home or watching on your computer, that's the number that's on the screen that you call during the taping. What I plan to discuss with my daughter, which I already have a little bit, is what it means, or what I've learned for it to mean to be loved. I had a situation where a young man didn't help in carrying groceries up the stairs. It's like, no. And I told my daughter, if you date someone like that, I don't want to meet him. If he can't help you climb 3 flights of stairs, I don't want to meet him. That's just not cool with me. And we had that discussion. When you get deeper into it, now we have this on the table. How do I discuss with her how to date? Was it dating that people were doing? What to look for? I would like for my daughter to know that love shouldn't hurt. Love should be encouraging. Love should be encouraging to finish school, to reach your goals, whatever your goals may be. And if your goals are crazy, love should be encouraging you, okay, well, let's redirect and let's discuss some other things. Love should not be allowing you to fall over the deep end and hurt yourself or others. Love should be pushing you to be a better person. And when I say love young people, I'm speaking of the person that you allow to love you. Love, that person embodies love, and that person should be encouraging you. And yes, you should be encouraging also. You should be encouraging your partner to reach their goals. So love should be warm, welcoming, not painful, not detrimental. I don't support the philosophy of you do whatever and you withstand whatever just to be in a relationship. I don't support that philosophy. If you have to cry every day in your relationship, I, Miss Keisha, encourage you to get out of that relationship. If you are losing weight and you can't keep food down because you're so sick and disgusted with the situation that you're in, you have these wrinkles in the middle of your forehead. Can you all see these wrinkles, young people? If you have these wrinkles in the middle of your forehead every time you talk about your partner, you don't want to be in that relationship. It's obvious. The wrinkles in your forehead, the ball in your stomach. You're not happy. You don't feel comfortable. It's time to move on. Now we have the issue of, well, where do I go? Who's going to love me? What if the person doesn't let me go? Then we need to discuss those things. You need to find adults who you can count on, that you can talk to get out of the situation. My phone number is 312-479-5900. That's 312-479-5900. I don't have all the answers, but I have people that can help you get to the networks that you need. I'm sure if you're watching this through the YouTube link, you can click back and find me. My inbox is open for questions, concerns, and we can move forward. The bottom line, young people, is that love should not hurt. Do not allow yourself to be stuck in situations that it's not helping you grow. It's not helping you develop into the person you want to be, especially if you're in pain and your partner is always happy and your partner is growing and moving. That's not cool. You all should be elevating together. You all should be encouraging each other to get to where you want to go, versus someone's down here and this person is always talking down on you and you're never getting to go where you want to go. That's not love. Miss Keisha does not support any of that. And I pray that the adults that are listening, that you will stop supporting that also. Our time is almost up here. Again, we are Youth at the Crossroads. We're here every Thursday at 6 p.m. And this is a live taping. So you call in, you're a part of the show. Facebook, thank you for joining us. I'll see you all next week. Stay encouraged, stay positive, and young people, you stay strong, okay? Much love.